Wow, this is a big idea. The Federate Adapt Pack from Kathmandu. There are some definite complications with this bag, but some of you, this is going to be the perfect bag for. Let's get into it. My name's Chase Reeves, and I do reviews of bags and backpacks and a lot of other products, but especially travel bags, specifically one bag travel bags. And one of the challenges of my life as a constant traveler is to find a bag that can both be a killer travel bag and, when I get to my destination, can convert into a daily carry bag that doesn't suck. Like, I don't need a lot for my daily carry bag, but I really don't want it to suck. Now, typically for me, I use a large travel bag, like a big thing, and I'll pack something away inside of it, a little tiny bag. I've got a whole list of my favorite packable backpacks down in the description below on YouTube. I'll put a link to that there. And then I traveled with something like an example of this would be the Topo 30-liter travel bag, okay? And I realized that it works great as a more of a minimal travel bag. You can't fit quite as much in it as you could there. Oh, wait for it. They're big ass 40 liter, okay? 40 liter, 30 liter, 40 liter. Cannot use as a daily carry. 30 liter can kind of get away with as a daily carry. You're not able to bring as much stuff as the 40 liter, okay? So you're limited on main large capacity. But when you get there, it's not that bad to use as a daily carry. I'll put links to both of these bags in the description below. I've got long, in-depth reviews on just about every travel bag you could want. Why do I have such long, in-depth reviews? Because when you're traveling, you get stuck. You get stuck with whatever you're with. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're just like, you've got this bag or that bag or something like that. And so if you're traveling all the time, it can suck when you're stuck with something shitty. So I like to let people know this is what's shitty about this bag. And also, here's what's fucking awesome about it. Now, this bag from Kathmandu, a New Zealand company that's like, I mean, put them in your head with like a Patagonia or a North Face, a large, I mean, they're probably not as large out here in the US, but in certain parts of the world, I bet they're just as ubiquitous as Patagonia is out here. In terms of the manufacturing and materials, it just feels similar. Just feels similar to me. So if you're thinking about Patagonia and you like bought a Patagonia bag, you know kind of the quality you're looking at, like solid quality, but it's not like it's a couple like Tom and Jerry on Kickstarter who are about to over-engineer the shit out of a bag for you where everything has been considered like crazy. They're like, no, we've got to sell a bunch of these to make it profitable in the supply chain to do this thing. We've got a company to run. We've got people's mouths to feed. And we've got, mountaineers that need to get up the mountain, and we make bags for mountaineers too. Okay? And this Federate Adapt Pack, it wants to do it all, you guys. From a 28-liter daily carry all the way up to a 50-liter check-in bag. This thing is like, you're not limited in what you bring at all. The only question is, how does it perform as a daily carry? How does it perform as a travel bag? What's it like in transit? Let's get into it. All right, how do you feel about that? You feel like pretty well set up for this bag, for getting into the journey here? Let's talk about some of the things that are important about it. But first of all, I realize I look like a hobo. Let me just fix that. All right, it's like polishing a turd. Okay, first things first. This thing is like $160 right now. That's what it costs right now. I don't know what it's gonna cost in the future when you're watching this video, but $160 for a travel bag that has these kinds of features is like, whoa, I'm listening. That's really affordable. Normally, when I get people into bags that I think they're gonna love, which is my goal. I have a website called bagworks.co. So I'm trying to get you in a bag that works for you, that you're gonna love it. Like, you're not gonna be thinking about what bag you should get. Like, let's be done with it. Let's get your bag, and then let's go on to the travel. Let's go on to the life where all the real stuff happens. And most of the time, I'm talking about getting you into bags that are $250 to $350. Occasionally something that's sub $200, but most of the time I think on the market, and I gladly would pay that money for a bag that it would enable the kind of travel that those bags enable. So this thing coming in at $160 is like, whoa, that's affordable. That's a big deal. Then number 2, exceptionally comfortable. I mean this, I don't say this very often. Exceptionally comfortable. Back setup, like the straps, the hip pack, and then the breathability here. See this air mesh thing in here? This is like hardcore. This is super hardcore air mesh. It's just, it's almost over the top. Also, there's a very rigid back frame that it doesn't weigh very much. You can see a piece of metal back in there. These guys are serious pack people is what I'm getting the feel for. Like, they really care how it feels to carry. And these hip straps are wonderful when you especially when you're loaded out with it really big. And they can fold away inside of here, not very easily. So when you're like switching into folding these away mode, like you're probably gonna have them away for a while, like it's daily carry mode. In daily carry mode for me, I put those away. I don't wanna do it right now. Like it's just like that much of a hassle, which might be a little bit of a trend on this bag. These straps are really nice. A killer, a great feeling mesh in there, not mesh, but foam inside of there. We've got mesh all around it, so they're breathable as well. Nice little sternum strap. I don't know, little clips here for clipping stuff. And this back panel, you see this zipper right here? You see this? This back panel can completely fold away. You just put this little sheet over the front of it, stuff everything in, and now you can carry it as a shoulder bag. Because one of the things it comes with, which I don't have with me here, is just a basic, totally basic ass shoulder strap. Like that could be useful when you're carrying it as here's the D-rings right here and right here, as a sort of check-in bag maybe, or a car camping bag. Okay, so your back panel can completely hide away. Some of you love that. My way of traveling does, like, I don't ever do that. If it's like I'm always like, okay, I guess, like, but I'm never gonna carry it like a shoulder bag when I've got these backpack straps, because this is my main rig. Like whatever travel bag, I don't have multiple travel bags. It's like there's one big one and it goes on my back, and then I have 2 kids in my hands, right? And I've got water bottles and other shit for them, and like a diaper bag somewhere too, probably hanging on my front. My wife's got her bag and all the other, so it's like, this is my bag, it's on my back. I don't use this. Now you know that. And then folding this sucker in is just like a stuff job, give it a little fold, give it a little stuff, and it's not in the way. These zippers are quite large. YKK zippers are quite large, but honestly, I've used this quite a bit and I haven't even noticed them. I completely forget that thing can do that. Okay, so exceptional back panel, very comfortable, even when this thing is loaded up. Some of you are like gonna be drooling at this because this is very comfortable. The lumbar support, the padding, the breathability, the softness of these, but also the rigidity, they're rigid enough to really be able to carry a load. And then the fact that you've got these hip straps built in and they're, hideawayable. Killer. Okay, number 2 is we've got very solid construction, durability, and weather resistance on this thing. This outside fabric is it's really great. It's a recycled polyester. It feels very like, I don't know, it just feels really durable and thick. When my wife, when my wife touched it the other day, she said, wow, that's nice, which, happens occasionally in the Reeves household. Okay, so our polyester, recycled polyester outside feels nice. I've taken this thing through snow at this point now, and it just beads right off. It's great, it's durable. It feels like it's gonna have the kind of, like, do you hear, can you hear that? I don't know. You see I'm like just gripping and ripping this thing? It feels grippable and rippable. It's a nice, solid fabric. It really feels good. Then inside there's a polyester lining, which I will show you when we get into the bag. Now, because we have this big fold over here, which expands, it has these G-hooks, which we'll talk about the G-hooks. It has these G-hooks and it expands so you can get more stuff in. This is one of the things that's gonna come up. You see how much work it takes to get those off? Okay, look at how look how fucking big this is, dude. It's crazy, right? But what was I showing you that for? Oh, because this folds down. This is your main way into the main compartment. Lots of weather resistance. This whole thing is totally weather resistant. But you've got this back panel. Here's the thing. This bag, you will use it mostly through this back panel. Okay, so it opens up like this clamshell so you can pack it up. I'm gonna show you everything inside of there in a second. But we've got this nice number 10 YKK zipper, which is sewn in backwards or so that the, the underside is showing, so there's a little gusset there, which provides some weather resistance, water resistance specifically. But when you're really in a deluge, I feel a little weirded out about that because my computer's right on the other side of that guy. So that's the one caveat on the weather resistance. You've got this amazing material and this fold over, but this YKK number 10 where you can get some stuff through, a little bit of like a... Now you see this little handle? There's one here, there's one up at the top as well. These are okay. You see these clips and things like that, things for the sternum strap, places where the stitching attaches. You got a little lockable kind of guy for your zippers here if you want them to be lockable. You can see the zipper pulls, all YKK zips. All this stuff is like really, you know, pretty damn solid. Then there's these G hooks, which are custom made for them. They look like they designed them themselves. And these little, they're not tarpaulin, but they're really rigid, that's called really rigid rubber. I don't know if you can see this little guy. These are these little hoops or loops or whatever that are constantly, they have some space there so the G hook can get in nice and easily. In theory. In theory, it should also be able to get out nice and easily. In theory. But overall, very nice hardware. I mean, nice materials, nice build, nice construction. So like this thing, $160. I'm like, okay, I'm listening. Now, number 4. Right now it is in this kind of like big travel mode. So I'm gonna break it down into daily carry mode here in just a bit. But the thing is, I kind of like the look. I think the look is nice. It's got a nice aesthetic. It's just solid. The recycled polyester has this kind of matte quality to it. It's not very shiny, sort of absorbs light. I like that. The whole thing just feels kind of urban, kind of outdoors, kind of urban, a good mix of those two, which is like a lot for me. Like I am a mix between I love being outdoors, but I don't want to look like an outdoorsy guy. Like I don't want the shorts that zip into pants. Like I don't want that, you know, but they feel like they're calling to me, like they're whispering. Come, Chase, look how useful we are. Sacrifice looking interesting and cool. You're already married. You don't need to meet any more people. Let them judge you if you'd like. You've got shorts that zip into pants. It's amazing. Oh, look at our cargo pockets. Don't you want it? Man, so much of me does. God damn, so much of me does. But I'm still holding on for a little while. I like the look of this bag. That's all I want to say. The aesthetic, just notice the aesthetic because you can get a lot of travel bags that just look funky, honky, like those e-bags, travel bags. I think a lot of them work really well. My hunch is that they're probably pretty dang good. REI, Osprey, these things, we know a lot of those work well, but you just got that look, man. Funky looks everywhere. And this is sort of, I don't know. This feels, there's something good about it. I kind of like it. You be the judge. While we're talking about the looks, I might as well put this on. I am 5'10", okay? This is, again, it's packed out in, basically in carry-on mode. So it's like 38 or 40 liters or something like that, but you can, it's hard to measure. And I'm about 190 pounds, okay? So this is what it looks like on me. I'm just like shoved into this little bedroom in my parents' cabin filming. Deal with it. This is, you know, as far away from the camera as I can get. Which isn't quite true. I guess I can show you back here. It is 5'10", 190 pounds. Okay, number 5. This thing just fits so much stuff. Look, let me just lift this off here. Get these, I'm still trying to figure out the best way to do these G-hooks, man. I think you have to make the material, you have to make this really loose and then it'll come off quite easily. Look at that. Can you see how fucking much, like look down the barrel of this thing. It's just, it's darkness. You got forever. So you got a zipper up here, you can zip up, and then this thing is 50 liters, just massive. You can check this in at 50 liters, hide all the back panel straps away, put on your duffel, like over the shoulder thing, and now you can carry it around. And when you get to the airport, you just drop it in, check it in, you don't have to worry about it. That's a lot of space. Fold this down, okay? Now you've got 38 liters, all right? Which is to me like basically, you know, 40 liters is the biggest carry-on size roughly that you can get. Then you strap in those G-hooks, you close that down, you clamp that down, you try to compress it as much as possible. Now you have other G-hooks right here, okay? If this wasn't so packed with, I show you here, there's a large packing cube in here with a bunch of stuff that I've got packed away, all my daily carry stuff. If this wasn't so filled up, I can pull this back, all right, up to this loop here. This thing collapses forward. That's my daily carry mode. I'll show you that here in a second. The point is though, that you've got compression throughout the bag to make it smaller. That's how you go from a 28 liter daily carry to a 50 liter check-in with a 38 liter travel bag in between. Now, one thing to note, here are your, well, we'll talk about these in a second. Right now, the only point I want to make is that, dude, this thing fits so much stuff. It's insanely massive. And for some of you, it's like, I'm seeing your eyes get big, like, oh my God, I wouldn't be limited. Listen, especially if you're okay with checking it in, which is a bummer since it is your daily carry as well, all your shit's probably gonna be in this bag. You don't want to check in the thing with all your bags. So now you're bringing 2 bags. Even if it's packed away inside and you, at the airport, you take everything that you need for the plane and you put it in that other bag and you take that on the plane with you while you check this in. It's now you're double bagging it, you know? Now you're double bagging it. And the whole dream about this guy is that you get to single bag it, right? There's more feeling when you single bag it. But it just has to be said, fits so much stuff. Really, really a remarkable, that's why I said in the beginning, well, this is a big idea. This is a big idea. I think they've done an amazing, like there's some really, really interesting design thoughtfulness going into this bag. So I gotta like, you know, hats off to you, Kathmandu, for a lot of what I'm seeing here. All right, number 6 for me here is this bag can be a little fiddly. A lot fiddly to use in transit, okay, when we're moving around with it. All right, we've got these G-hooks, like I've mentioned before. I think there's some tricks still that I've yet to find, even though I've used this thing for like more than a week at this point. This kind of G-hook thing, man, in the night, when you're trying to get into something, if you need to get into there, like that's a bummer. The truth is, you want to set this bag up so you don't need to do that at night. At night, you're looking for the zippers that you always keep over here. This is the panel, this is the hinge right here that the clamshell opens on. You've got these guys, these zippers that come out. You want to have everything right there through those zippers. You see that? So there is a way to get into this bag without using any of these straps. Like I almost never use those guys, but when you're transferring from travel bag to daily carry bag, you have to get into that. Anyways, it's just kind of fiddly, all right? This is like a main point. I'm gonna break this down into 2 smaller points here next. Actually, 3 points, okay? Number 1, unsatisfactory external access on this bag. The only external access you have are 2 water bottle pockets that have a zipper on the top, right? So you could use them as like carrying your glasses or something like that. You could put some stuff in here, but getting in and out of these sucks, right? Typically, there's a nice elastic thing. That's kind of nice, but getting in and out, it's just a hassle. For some reason, this little lip is always in my way. My hand feels like I don't have access into here. Now, that's exacerbated when this is in travel or daily carry mode. And this G-hook right here, which again should be easier to get off, there we go, is, you know, compressed down over to here. Okay, so it literally goes over that pocket. And now you want to get in and get your shit? It's like, that's bullshit. Now you want to put your water bottle in there? Like, I know that I'm packed out inside, but this has been a little bit of a bummer. I wanted more external, I always want more external access when I'm traveling, both for daily carry and for travel. So like a little quick access pocket somewhere to be able to throw some stuff in, maybe another one somewhere. I like having multiple ways to access my gear from the outside of the bag. So things like I can keep some of my tech stuff, so my headphones, so my watch, my wallet, my glasses, things like that away from the inside of the bag. But as it is right now, I just got used to putting everything inside of here, just up at the top. You see this little like pouch right here? This water-filled pouch, which I have my headphones in and stuff. I just end up having one of these, which has all my shit in it. So anytime I need something, I reach in, I grab a pouch, and that's what I'm doing. Moving to a pouch-based mode like that isn't my favorite because I like to have just external access. Like I don't have to open up, I just want to go, got the thing right there. I don't have to open the thing, pull out the pouch, get into the pouch to the right place. It's just extra steps, but totally doable if a bag like this enables a lifestyle that you really need. That's why I said in the beginning, this is gonna be the perfect bag for some of you, the hardcore travelers. I think hardcore minimal travelers, not minimal, hardcore travelers, this is an interesting bag for them. I do think, anyways, I got 2 more points on breaking down that this bag is kind of fiddly in use. Okay, the next point is it's not my favorite travel bag in use. Here's the thing. These might be my favorite straps in use. It might be my favorite that you can have so much capacity. You can fit so much stuff. That might be my favorite. It might be my favorite that I could even fit more than that and check it in an emergency. It might also be my favorite that I can convert it to a daily carry sized bag, right? But no external access or no satisfactory external access, that's a big deal. Accessing everything through the back of this thing, that means I've basically, if I want to get something that's down at the bottom of the bag, like I'm gonna put it on the ground and get into it, right? I gotta put it on the ground and open this up, which is great because I have everything and I got visualization for everything. I can see it all. I've even got some organization stuff here, but I have to put the bag down to get into that. I mean, I guess I can move these these zippers down here and just try to reach in and grab blindly. But that's not satisfactory. Or I could try to get in through the top, but then I'm fiddling with these G-hooks, and then the darkness, the fact that this thing goes all the way down, right? So in travel, it hasn't been my favorite to use in transit, okay? Which is a bummer, because it is so comfortable and it enables so many different ways of carry. It's like, fuck, dude, this thing could be perfect. Listen, while we're here in the travel thing, I've got another point on why this bag is fiddly, which we'll break down in a second. But let me just show you the travel stuff really quick. In fact, in order to do that, I'll just open this up and show you how I have it packed out. Okay, so on the outside of the bag, there's really nothing that you can get to. There's nothing else but what's inside this big cavernous capacity, like main compartment right now. Okay, so I open that up and you can see, here's some tech stuff, right? Now, what I've got going on here is there's a pocket. There's a pocket down here at the bottom. And let's see if I can show you this. Okay, so this panel over here is my pocket stuff. Let me pull some stuff out of here because it's a little confusing to look at. All right, here is the Code 10 laptop thing. All right, my laptop goes right in this little pocket back here. And then it's got some things right here. I've got my mouse, my little Apple mouse, which is hiding in there. See how hi. Yep. I threw my keyboard in here. I'll normally have my external hard drive right in here. So everything I need, kind of besides my power, I used to put my power here, but then I put my keyboard there, and I can't put my power and my keyboard there. Listen, I think about things. I'll put a link to this in the description below to this guy. I like this guy. It's really cheap, and it just provides a nice little hard back, and corner padding or protection for my laptop, and it fits right in there perfectly. Now, this laptop guy does have a clippy dippy. I hate these, right? So I just fold mine down there and I fold this into there. I just don't like it. I don't like it. You're gonna need it on this bag if you're opening and closing this thing a lot. You really are, because your laptop can just fall right out. So it's good that they have it there. You'll be glad for it. Then you've got an iPad or a tablet. Ugh, sorry, this thing is like slumping on me. I'm trying to show it to you. Then you've got a tablet compartment right here, which is kind of, it's kind of nice. It's got some felt and things in it. I threw my notebook and some trail mix right in there. Why? Because that's the only place I can put it on this bag. This is the only organization in this bag. Then there's a zippered compartment where I put my Glyph Atom RAID external hard drive. I'll put a link to that in the description below. Inside of there, you got a little key clip and stuff like that, and a little zippered pocket. This is the quick access pocket. On the inside of this bag, very inside at the bottom is the quick access pocket, right? That's the only thing we have is a quick access pocket. Can you feel how pouty I am about that? I'm so pouty. Okay, now let's open this up, and now you can see on this side, now I've got some pouches. I already showed you this water-filled pouch. Listen, bagworks.co/pouches. I'll put a link to it in the description below. Great pouches will change your life. These ones from Waterfield are exceptional. They're a little bulky, it's wax canvas and lots of fuzz and soft goodness on the inside. I put my headphones in here. I put all my tech dongles and shit right in there right now. This is like my everything I need all the time guy. By the way, these headphones in travel, it matters. I'll put a link in the description below to my Bluetooth headphone Deathmatch. Okay? Some of you don't currently have over-ear Bluetooth noise canceling headphones, and I fought against it for a while. And now I'm a little bit like, oh, I'm a spoiled little brat because I need that shit. I'll take it everywhere with me. I'll make sure it's charged up. I'm good. So I compared a bunch of them and I found the best ones for me. Hopefully you can find the best ones for you there. Okay, another little pouch here. This is for some old headphones, some Audio-Technica headphones. But inside of here, it's just snacks, baby. Jerky, sausage. I got some mushroom powders that are really good. Not psychedelic mushrooms. These are mushrooms for health. For your health, Steve Brule. I'll put a link to my favorite snacks below. Traveling with good snacks. Keeping yourself from getting hangry. Making sure your blood sugar level's at a level, right? Making sure that you got enough protein, Making sure that you got enough of the supportive nutrients. That's where the mushroom stuff comes in, by the way. They're adaptogenic. So they can just help you with a number of stuff. The jet lag, the sleep, getting to sleep, waking up after a sleep. They can be really, but it's subtle, Hey, you see if they work for you. Bagworks.co/snacks, though. Snacks. Honestly, you could travel with a fucking Safeway plastic bag. And as long as you have the right snacks, you'd be like, yeah, it wasn't that bad. I fucking love that. That's so true. All right, then look at this thing. You see this thing, this big moofy thing? This is a packing cube. All right. Oh, I've also got my Roost stand for my laptop. Put a link to that below because you got to get your laptop up. That's why I have my keyboard and my mouse because I get my laptop up because it's on my stand. Okay, I'll come back to this. Look at this. Look, it's just huge. It's just massive. This is at its 38 liter sort of travel bag capacity. Here's their packing cube. There's actually, I mean, arguably you could say this is a pocket on this thing too, because here you've got a little zippered pocket which you could get used to if you wanted to. Okay, so check this thing out. Let me open it up. It's made out of a polyester. It's got some nice, thing. The good thing is it's just the size is perfect for the bag, right? So it's just massive for that. I personally would opt probably for using one of the two Peak Designs packing cubes, like one of the big ones and one of the little ones. Put a link to those below. I'll actually put a link to my favorite travel accessories. I've got a whole page on my favorite travel accessories. They're kind of like, I live with these. I've tried all sorts of stuff, and these are the ones that I keep coming back to. So if you're needing something like a packing cube or kind of pouches or a packable backpack or something like that, then the ones that I keep coming back to might be the ones that you want to. But inside of here, it's just a packing cube, okay? So I just threw my clothes in here straight out of my closet. Lots of space. And I've got my room in here for my Dopp Kit, which I use the Aer Dopp Kit. This is like the perfect size for me right here. I travel full time. This is everything that I have in my Dopp Kit. I'm more minimal when I just am doing a quick trip, but because I'm traveling all the time, I just end up bringing, like, basically, I think this is like all my clothes, right? This is like almost all my clothes. Like, I have another stash at another house somewhere because it's nice to change occasionally, but this is all like kind of all the clothes that I travel with. So you can see it fits plenty of stuff. It fits well, right? I like this. But with using smaller cubes, you can get a little more compression. So you can fit more stuff. It takes up less space. You can get the bag a little smaller. You can get things a little tighter. It's more like rocks in there, more like boulders. So inside the bag, so you can organize stuff a little bit better. Even though they're pouches and they have rounded corners, nothing's like clicking into space. Speaking of which, by the way, this does have little like clips, so you can click it in so it doesn't move around or something. I think your best bet is just to pack it out with enough stuff so that it doesn't move around. Okay, so nice features, nice stuff for travel, like nice, like interesting, like it's cool. It's just not my favorite bag in travel. Like I want more external access. I want a water bottle pocket where I'm not afraid my water bottle is gonna fall out. I kind of have to clip it in with a carabiner, which is like no bad. Okay, so here's with everything out of the bag. Here's it with this pulled forward, right? So we've got these G-hooks engaged, this pulled down. When I use this as a daily carry, I'd go to the cafe every day like I typically do down in San Diego. I've got my laptop and stuff that I just had thrown into there. I got my water-filled pouch, which is down at the bottom in there. I've got my smoke sack pouch right here, which is down there. And then when I got to the cafe, I'd put it on the ground. I just access it through the top. I get everything from the top of the bag. Just like that, okay? So not that bad. So the 4 points I've kind of been making for the last little while are, it's sort of a fiddly bag, and underneath that is like, well, there's no great external access. It's just these side things, and when you're in daily carry mode, this is a real bitch to get in and out of. I ended up throwing my water bottle just inside because it was easier. Okay, so unsatisfactory external access, number one. Number two, not my favorite bag to travel with. Even though it's really comfortable and I can fit all the things, because of the external access and the fiddliness of these G-hooks, it's kind of not my favorite. And then the third part in the fiddliness is this. It's just that it's not my favorite bag for daily carry either, right? It's like a really compromised bag, right? It's like you will be compromising how you carry with this bag. No bad, because what it enables is unbelievable. It's a huge idea that one bag can do all of these things, right? I do think we could have put a pocket here. Kathmandu. I think we could have seen a pocket out here with a little dimension, right? So I can get my hands in and out of. I literally just like pinched a nerve putting the fucking hip straps back inside there because this thing is so rigid and hard to, it's just fucking fiddly. And so that's all under the main umbrella of it's sort of fiddly. And it's really under the main umbrella of there's just not that great external access. And it's not that great in transit. It's awesome as a huge sack. It's because as a daily carry bag, everything will just fall to the bottom, and if you've got pouches, then you're fine, which I do. And so using this actually was great. It was kind of simplicity. It was like it simplified things in some ways, right? Because it enables so much other shit. Travel, daily, check-in 50 liter. So I don't know if you can tell, but I'm very conflicted by this bag because I can feel it calling to me in certain ways, right? Meaning I know some of you out there, this bag's gonna be perfect for, because it enables a kind of lifestyle that it does all the big stuff, right? That's kind of what this thing is. It does all the big things. It checks all the big boxes, right? It's really, really deficient in external access when you're on the go. Is that gonna kill you? I don't know. Can your water bottle just fit at the top of the bag and you just reach into there to grab it? You put it down on the ground, unzip the top of it, because you know it's gonna it's gonna fit. That's for sure. If it doesn't, just unroll it a little bit. It'll fit. My final point here, I think, is just that it needs to be said it does a decent job of all of this, even though it's not perfect, right? It does a decent job because of all of the big boxes it checks off, right? And not to mention, super comfortable. So when you're traveling and you're hiking up some bullshit because you got to get to some goddamn, eco hostel to go to ayahuasca in the jungle, and it's like, all right, this is the bag I'd want to have there, man. This is great. Actually, listen, here's the deal. Actually, as a kind of a professional traveler, as a hardcore traveler, I've traveled enough to learn I can be minimal, okay? With minimal lifestyle stuff, you don't decide to be minimal and then you just go do it. I mean, a lot of people are trying to do that, which is great because then you learn what minimal really means to you. Minimal doesn't mean not having a lot of stuff. It means only having what you need. Do you hear the distinction there? It's not having a lot of stuff. It's having only what you need, right? This is, and to me, like one of those skeleton keys to life. So when I'm going to do, shit in the jungle, I'd probably be closer to taking this, right? The Topo 30 liter travel pack. Cause it's not the best daily carry bag. It's not the best daily carry bag. You can also get travel bags that can fit more stuff. You can, but it's got great external access. I love the look and the aesthetic. It's built really strong. It's got enough room. You could just minimalize the things you're traveling with enough. So it's like, okay, maybe you won't have 3 outfits, you just have 2, and then you'll mix and match. That sounds crazy to some of you, but I get away with it all the time. And ultimately, you can travel in a bag like this as long as you just don't bring another pair of shoes. You're only allowed 1 pair of shoes when travel. You like minimal travel. The shoes that you wear, it's like your all the time shoe, and then bring a sandal. But that's what's so interesting about this bag to me, right? It is the question of the hybrid travel bag. The travel bag that can also be your daily carry bag when you get to your destination. Now, I would either do, like I said, probably this guy, or the Bihn Synapse 25. And the truth is there's about 7 or 8 bags and growing that I think are excellent at this. For instance, the Oppose This Invisible Carry-On, right? That thing is also fucking epic in its own way. So what I've done is I put together a page for you to find all the best hybrid travel bags, okay? I'm gonna be continuing to update it there. I've got everything over at Bagworks has been updated, so it's easy for me to update, constantly adding new bags, constantly adding new things that you should know about. And on just about every bag, there's an in-depth review like this, so you can watch it, see if it gets you where you wanna be gotten, if it's gonna do the kinds of things you want it to do. Because with this bag, for example, in this video, you know now that this isn't going to solve all your problems. That it might solve the important ones, and then you're going to you're going to go ahead and, what's the word we do in our marriages? Oh, we compromise. You're going to compromise. You're going to literally kind of shave off bits of your desire to fit in with this bag. It's a relationship. Do you see how a bag asks things of you, just like a spouse asks things of you? Any relationship, it's a give and a take kind of thing. And the reason why you're in that relationship is because of what it gets you, of how it enables things in your life that you want to be about, right? And this does a really powerful job of that with some pretty serious compromises. This also asks some compromises of you in that it won't allow you to bring as much stuff as this one. It just won't. It's going to ask you hey, listen, Terry, I can't bring all of that. You're going to need to pull the boots out of me if you want to fit your Dopp Kit or whatever, right? That's what's to me, these bag reviews, talking about these products, good products, this camera that I'm filming on, I could do all of this on this camera and compare it to other cameras and go here's the compromises I'm making with this one, the Panasonic GH4, which by the way, I have a link in the description below to all the gear that I use because every once in a while I make a couple bucks from that. So is this bag better? This is the question for me. Is this bag better than my old Heimplanet Monolith 40 liter, which is just fucking huge, but with great straps. I wear this bag just around the house for fun because it's so comfortable. Okay, but this is the old school version. This is a little bit bigger than their latest version. That with a solid daily carry bag inside, small, minimal, maybe some of the packable ones, which I'll put a link in the description below to the packable bags. But on that packable page, I'm also adding the like bags that are regular bags, you know, but they're just smaller. Like the Bear and Fig is like a regular bag, but you can just kind of put it on top. The Manal Daily is kind of a regular bag. Those take up way more space than the packable bags. So the question is this better than just going huge sack that has some nice external access, just basic, minimal external stuff? Or even better, the Peak, if I was buying a travel bag right now, it would definitely be the Peak Designs travel bag, which is over there with all my photography and video editing and stuff like that gear in it. That with a smaller daily carry bag inside, is that better than this guy? Because it's gonna travel, it's gonna have more external access, it's gonna be a little more comfortable in carry, potentially, not comfortable in carry, this is really comfortable. I don't know, here's my take. My hunch is, for hardcore travelers, this will be good. Especially younger, you know, you Southeast Asia, like people wanting to get out to fucking Ubud to do like a yoga fucking ritual or something like that. I wanna get out there to do that, but I also hear it's kind of a circus out there. This is a killer bag. If you're gonna go travel through Australia, Thailand, Southeast Asia, if you're gonna go into South America, if you're gonna be traveling for a while and you're a little bit younger, like, dude, this thing could probably fucking get you everywhere you wanted to go. That's where this bag, that's why in the beginning I was like, this bag's gonna be perfect for some of you. But for like older folks like me, I've got kids, I wanna be able to get the fucking chapstick out of the pocket. I just want to. Like, I wanna go into here and go, oh, let me get the chapstick out of this little internal organizer thing. Cause I got kids. I'm done. I'm raising humans, you know? All right, that's like so much content on this one bag, but I had to show it to you. At 160 bucks, it does all that stuff. It does feel good. The material feels good. The straps are really comfortable, right? It's like all the things that we've gone through, just a little bit of a bummer in travel. That's why I'm I'm so, like the longer videos are the ones I'm most conflicted on, because I'm like, it sucks over here, but it's so good over here. Now, as always, I'm not paid by these companies to talk about this stuff. So like my whole goal here is like, are you interested in that bag? Because I've heard a lot of questions about this bag. Are you interested in this bag? Here's what you need to know about it before you make the decision. That's what this is all about. And if you use my links, some of them are affiliate links. And so it's like buying me a beer when you buy a bag. I always appreciate every one of you guys who are loyal to the channel that way. And listen, all the links below, so many. If you need help with a travel bag, I have used almost every travel bag. It's like a bunch at this point. So I've got videos on every one of them. Daily carry bags, a good daily carry bag is like a delight on a daily basis. It literally, like, if you use something every day and you like the use of it every single day, you've just fucking leveled up in your life, right? I love a good daily carry bag. When it carries the way you need it to and you can just be locked in with it and you like the way the handles feel and the straps and all that stuff, so good. I've reviewed just so many daily carry bags and I've got lists of my favorite ones, the ones that I think are the most important. Each one of them has a video so you can see for yourself. You know, not that you like really need to buy some shit, but you know what it's like when you get to a point where it's like, dude, I need to change my bag. I need to upgrade my bag situation because my life feels like I'm on autopilot and I want to take a little control back. Because ultimately, I just hate buying things and finding out that they're shit, you know? I've done that so much. I also have done a lot of things where I'm like, you know, that's sometimes it works. When you buy new running shoes because you want to go running, you know, you're like, I want to be a runner. I want to do some running in my life. I'm going to buy some new running shoes. That's worked. Get out there and travel and enjoy it. Move around your city. Enjoy the people that you meet. Go minimal, like carry less. Be open to stuff. Come back changed in some small and meaningful way. See a little of the wonder in the world. That's my only prayer for you. And, you know, take stock in how much you're fucking crushing it right now. You're already, how many miracles had to happen for you just to be alive right now? Are you thinking about that? Are you seeing that you're like at the tip of some massive fucking rocket of evolution that has been blowing through time for the last 4 billion years, right? Longer than that if you go back to the minerals and the things that are in the environment that the planet was shaped out of. You know, it's just like fucking space. But Just think about your species and your family line and your lineage and the shit that got you here. So many people had to fucking fight for you to stay alive. So many people had to fight throughout the ages for you to be here right now. So it's a miracle that you're even here. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord, right? The Lord. I used to have a shirt that said, praise the Lord. And it was like a, just like, like a fucking, like an old Lincoln, like with hydraulics and shit, and like a lady with a bathing suit on it, just like super vatoed out. It was so good. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. That's what we're going to end on. Talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching. Hope I answered your question. Ask any in the questions below in the comments. Love you guys. Bye-bye. Bagworks.co, JaceReeves.net. Those are the websites.
I guess those are the websites. Yeah, he's wanting us to, I guess, go check out what he's up to or something like that. Yeah, looks nice.